It's either AB no limit or no limit AB. There's always no limit because God made me.
I had to tell her, AB way too rare. When I'm moving around, ain't nobody can compare. We got different shorties, different states, they everywhere. Heard that we got ops, we don't sweat them, we don't care. Nah.
No limit gang. Y'all, man, hey, what's up with y'all? Hey, so I reacted to another video just like this a little bit ago, but sadly, AB messed around and did not get it recorded the correct way. So now we are back, y'all, to watch this a new video very similar to the last one called New Testament Stories with Deeper Meanings. We watched one very similar just a little bit ago about deeper meanings that the same man made. Excellent. It was an excellent video. So I hope y'all enjoyed this one and that we learned some truths. Again, y'all go read your Bible after this video. Go look at everything that this young man's gonna speak about and see how they connect and see just let the Holy Spirit speak to you and tell you what's true and what's not true, because sometimes people will tell you some things, y'all, and they ain't gonna be the right thing. But last time I watched, I came away with a deeper understanding, and I pray that today, like in this video, he'll come with even more, because I really like what he talked about last time. Let's get into it. Okay, come on, let's listen up.
Did you know that Jesus' Great Commission was fulfilled within the first 8 chapters of the book of Acts? Did you know that Ephesians 3:10, although often skipped over, is one of the most profound verses in all of the Bible?
I don't know 3:10. I know 3:20 is now unto him that's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us.
Or
That's
what
a good
about
one.
the hidden
I want to hear what that is,
significance
though.
of the verse that describes the shield of faith in the armor of God? This is part 2 to the Deeper Meanings video I uploaded not long ago, and some of today's—
Yeah, that's what I watched. Y'all, bro, he spent so much facts. I would so react to it again, but I don't want to fake any reactions. Like I think that's facetious, y'all. No, that's just not me. And even though I really want to, it was a great video. I wish I could see it. I messed up with all my recording, so I'm glad this one's recording right. Because goodness, I'd be upset if it wasn't. Let's be sure. Actually, we recording, right? We recording. All right, we recorded. Y'all I get mad. We don't do that. I ain't gonna get mad. I'll just mess around. But nah, that last video was fantastic. He about to spit some more though.
It blew my mind.
It blew mine too.
Rooted in the ancient culture, an enlightening Old Testament reference, or a real-world example. I'm pretty certain most of you won't know all 5. Let me know downstairs if you had them all figured out. And of course, if this content does bless you, please consider subscribing. It's free.
Subscribe to No Limit AB and my brother here.
Jesus calls Christians to be the salt of the earth. And there's much debate over what that salt actually represents. Regardless of which one you hold to, the last part of the verse is oddly specific. He says that once salt loses its saltiness, it's no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. This may be referring to the Roman practice of salting the streets. Anyone from Canada will know that salt is used to cover the roads in winter so that vehicles can use them without slipping off. I did of course confirm this with a Canadian myself. It's possible that Jesus is saying that once we lose our salt, we've backslidden and are tossed onto the road to be trampled, so that others who walk the path don't make the same mistake as we did and slip off. Before Jesus' ascension at the start of the book of Acts, he mentions a phrase we often overlook. His parting words to his disciples include the first locations the gospel would be spread: Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the ends of the earth. Now, if we flip from chapter 1 verse 8 to chapter 8 verse 1, we find something very intriguing. After giving an incredible spirit-filled speech to his adversaries—
Who the water's that? That man look like Bane. Or Doomsday. What the heck?
Stephen is the first Christian.
Steven!
Here is where we are first introduced to Saul, the persecutor of Christians. But check out what the very next verse has to say.
Man looks like—
On that day, a great persecution broke out against the church in Jerusalem, and all except the apostles were scattered throughout Judea and Samaria. This verse alone ticks off 3 of the locations mentioned by Jesus by name. Not even halfway into Acts, the gospel is being spread via this persecution to all the right places. But that's not all. In the very same chapter, Philip baptizes an Ethiopian eunuch, a very rich and influential Gentile who undoubtedly took the gospel message back to his hometown in Africa, right at the edge of the Romans' occupation, which would have been considered by many the end of the earth. and also could be the location of one of the first and oldest churches to
Whoa,
ever exist.
that's crazy. That's a
So
real picture.
within one chapter, the gospel had reached all the locations Jesus specified to his apostles. I discovered something I think you'll find quite interesting about the armor of God, specifically the shield of faith. The passage tells us to take up the shield of faith so that we can extinguish the flaming arrows of the devil.
Screw the devil!
On the surface,
I
it
spilled
seems to
him!
make sense, protecting ourselves from spiritual attack. But when we understand,
I don't, y'all. I love this video, by the way. I love his animations and stuff. I really hate the the imaging of the devil as some like creature like that, because that makes him like, I don't know why we do that, because not only do we make him quote unquote look scary, but it's just not biblical, you know. But it's fine. I don't mind, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know what it looks like in the first place, so I guess, I mean, you're throwing guesses out there. But at the same time, it's just like, but the devil is nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, he may be stronger than I am, you know what I'm saying? But he's not stronger than God is, and I don't walk alone, so. And I don't walk alone, so shoot. That got me. I like that. I don't walk alone.
We get a far more detailed picture. From the Enduring Word commentary, Paul here is describing not a small round shield, but a large oblong one, designed to protect the whole body. At the start of the battle, great waves of fiery darts were fired, not to injure the soldiers, but to throw them into confusion and panic. Because of the fiery nature of these darts, the shields would often catch fire, tempting the soldiers to discard their shield, leaving them open for enemy spear thrusts. The shield of faith not only blocks the flaming arrows of the enemy, but extinguishes them, dissipating the chaos and panic entirely, meaning that the shield of faith is both a reliable defense and a means to advance upon the enemy. Jesus' resurrection launched
keep
our
going.
way into what we call the church age. But have you ever asked the question, what is the true purpose of the church? Is it a place of fellowship for believers? Is it a place of learning the scriptures from the pulpit?
This is a good question.
Is it something much?
How many of you have gotten a guitar, tried to learn, gotten frustrated, thrown it in the closet, and never want to think about it again?
You know, it's funny. I was about to make fun of this ad, but I actually have a ukulele that's been sitting in the closet for like 10 years now. So, dang, she right.
Much bigger. Ephesians 3:10 is a verse that is so frequently skimmed over by readers, but might actually answer the question on a scale you've never imagined before. We know the church has had an unquestionable impact on our realm, but have you ever taken a second to consider the impact the church has had on the unseen realm of the spiritual world? A few chapters after this incredible verse, which I'll read in a moment,
Hey,
we
this
get a glimpse
is
into a dark side of
Yo.
the heavenly realm, one dominated by rulers and authorities and spiritual forces of evil. It seems these forces are hell-bent on not only undermining God's wisdom and authority, but also trying to destroy humanity. But this is where Ephesians 3:10 changes everything. His intent was that now, through the church, the manifold wisdom of God should be made known to the rulers and the authorities in the heavenly realms. God's ultimate purpose in creating the church was not to provide a community for the Christian, not to teach the believer through the pulpit, but to use it as a pedestal to prove his wisdom to the rulers and authorities in his completed salvation plan, the product being the gathering of millions of diverse sinners united under God's grace, undermining Satan entirely. After Peter's third denial during Christ's arrest, we're all familiar with the infamous rooster crow that reminded Peter of the curse he'd just broken. Well, that's what I thought until I read this comment, which stopped me in my tracks, claiming that the roosters weren't allowed in the city of Jerusalem. Of course, I had to research it, and what I discovered was that this dude is actually onto something. The Mishnah is the earliest record of the Jewish oral law, and it states that roosters or chickens may not be raised in Jerusalem due to purity concerns. They feared that the chickens would bring impurities from the streets in contact with the sacrificial meat, rendering it impure. So if roosters were not permitted in Jerusalem, does that mean this story is incorrect? Well, the Mishnah again describes activities that went on in Jerusalem's temple, one of which was the morning routine of the priestly family on duty. Whoever was responsible for clearing the ashes from the previous day would rise early and begin preparations for the temple's daily visitors. This time was called cockcrow because it was typically aligned with the rooster's crow, But this is where things get interesting. At cockcrow, they blew a sustained, a quavering, and another sustained blast, meaning that 2 trumpet blasts were blown to signify the start of the proceedings, which is what we find in Mark's Gospel. This means that Jesus was referring to a specific time in the morning, which people would have understood, and also symbolizes the trumpet sound that started Jesus' death, the ultimate high priest who would ultimately cleanse the world of sin.
Wow.
How many of those 5 meanings have you heard of before?
I hope none of y'all look like these people right here on the couch. I don't know why they look like this, but if you look like this, please seek help right now and go to a hospital, because you're not supposed to look like this. It's not healthy. You need legs.
Each one of these stories gave me.
I think I know a couple of these, but I don't think.
I hope 1 or 2 had the same effect on you. Please let me know in the comments of any crazier, deeper meanings that you found in your own Christian life.
Living for the Lord every day of my life. Giving them myself, then I gave them my
Please
life.
don't be too savage to each other in the comments section. I'm representing Christ here. Love you guys. God bless.
I want to give a shout
God bless you too, brother. Hey, y'all, for real. Hey, get off my screen, man. I ain't trying to look at this, man. Hey, man, for real, y'all. Hey, if y'all learn anything there, drop in the comments. And if y'all have anything that y'all like to, share, you know what I'm saying, uplift people, help teach people. Oh, yeah, I'm having a little trouble right here. Teach people. Hey, go ahead and let it be known. Y'all show people what's going on. Let the word be spread. But, hey, man, if y'all enjoyed that video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I pray you enjoyed the vibe, man. Hey, no limit.
Young and winning, move straight out of state.